Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. And on the menu for this Saturday, we're doing something a little bit different. We're celebrating my... Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. On the menu for... Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. And on the menu for this Saturday, we're celebrating the completion of my first ever Yakuza 5 speedrun by visiting an arcade in the Yakuza 5 world. So what kind of taste will this go and have? Let's get cooking and find out. So like any good arcade, there's a variety of various games to go and play within this one. We've got UFO catchers, rhythm games, and fighting games, and of course, shooting games. We have the title Gunrhein that's actually unique to the Yakuza 5 world. So let's go ahead and try it out, shall we? The Yakuza franchise has always gone and done a good job of incorporating various mini-games that are very full-featured into the game itself, including shoot-'em-up titles. There have been several different shoot-'em-up titles that have gone and made appearances in Yakuza titles before. And for Yakuza 5, we go and have this original title, Gunrhein. So the objective here is we're trying to go and defend these discs that continually respawn and build upon each other from incoming waves of enemies. We do this by going and firing beams from our little craft. We can go and wield those beams by going and moving our ship around, but especially the larger our beam goes and becomes, the slower our ship will go and move. Alternatively, it's actually possible to go and lay down the beam that you're currently going and using, and it'll go and continue to fire in a fixed position for a time after you go and deploy it. And our main objective, as I mentioned, was going and defending these discs behind us. So just as long as we keep one disc alive, we can continue to go and advance through the waves of incoming enemies. However, the further we go and proceed through the stages, the more difficult the waves will ultimately go and get. And the better we go and do as well, the larger our field of discs becomes, thus making it that much harder to go and defend. But as this is a score attack, the more discs we have, the higher our score multiplier ultimately ends up going and being. There, a wave of enemies completely ran through half of my disc field, going and destroying one side of it. If you go and happen to lose half of your discs, the game fortunately goes and lets you keep the larger side, but it can still go and be a pretty devastating blow. So the longer that we ourselves go and hold the beam on a group of enemies, the larger the beam goes and becomes. And it'll go and stay that way, even if we go and choose to go and deploy the beam into a fixed position. It's also possible to go and create beams that go and combine with each other, or even interrupt each other, providing additional strength, and maybe even creating a defensive grid around your discs. So overall, as far as shoot-'em-ups are concerned, Gunrhein is a relatively simplistic look at the genre on a whole. And some of the other Yakuza titles have maybe had a little bit more of a traditional shoot 'em up approach. But I do go and like the defensive idea that they went and created here, where we're trying to go and defend rather than just outright attack. Truth be told, it would be fun to go and see this concept taken into a full game and more fully fleshed out. With power-ups and the ability to go and upgrade yourself over time, I think something like that could go and be fascinating. As is, though, if you're going and looking to fully enjoy the whole world of Yakuza 5 and take some time out to enjoy a little bit of an arcade trip, it's a fun diversion. As that wave completely destroys everything I have. Still, we will go and defend our single disc with everything we've got. In the end, a good score. We were able to go and get 12th on the in-game ranking. And that is Gunrhein. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me today for Shoot 'em Up Saturday. I hope you enjoyed this little short look at the arcade of Yakuza 5. If you're interested in going and seeing my full Yakuza 5 speedrun, I'll include a link to the Twitch highlight in the description below. So if you would like to check that out, by all means, I'd love to go and have you at least have a look at the run. It's a little bit long to actually go and sit through the entire thing. Anyway, thank you so much for coming out and joining me today for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and I look forward to going and seeing you again next week.